My journey as an outdoor adventurer has taken me to many incredible vistas, lands of beauty, and of unforgiving realities. Today my crew has dropped me off in northern Saskatchewan, near where the prairie flatlands meet the rugged, unforgiving northern mixed boreal forests. The backwoods of Saskatchewan, an unforgiving place. If you're not prepared for this place, you better watch out. So in any kind of outdoor situation you want to be in, you want to find a good place to actually, oh good grief, a good place to find shelter and to create a fire so that you can actually keep warm, because the extremities here are pretty darn cold. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to look for a place to kind of settle down. Okay, so we found a little grove of trees. It's protected by the wind. It looks like there's not very many tracks in here, so we're not worried about bears or moose tromping over me. Getting a little bit of protection, a little bit of a good place to set up a fire. There's no yellow snow, so you know, a little bit of opportunity for me to get some drinking water, melt some snow. So this is kind of where we're going to set up. So I'll get at it. Now the idea is to rub so hard that the particles on the branches get so warm they actually light up. It'll just take a few minutes. It's getting warm. I think what I need is a little bit of bark, you know, so once the sparks are going, it'll have something to go on. I think the wood's a little too thick, so I'm gonna go and get some bark now. Now ideally, you'd like some birch bark because it burns really nicely. But this alder will do nicely. It's a little thicker, it'll be a little tougher to get it going, but eventually these little pieces here will get that fire going really well. And you don't want to ever take off the bark all the way around the tree because you end up killing the tree if the bark has gone all around. So if you really love trees like I do, you just take strips along the side here. Oh, I think I hear it crackling. Well, it looks like this wood is a little wet and the bark is a little thick, so I'm gonna have a real hard time lighting this fire, and it's getting pretty cold out here. Luckily for me, and like most people who are traveling up in the northern Saskatchewan, carrying a pack of matches is actually something that most people do. I hope you're as smart as that. So I'm gonna light this fire with the matches. I'm not gonna feel too badly about it. All right, so now that I've been able to start a fire and get us going with what you can find in the woods, starting to get a little dark out. Dusk is coming, so I'd like to set up the snares so that we can get some food, get some energy back into me, so I can make the trip back. So, time to set the snares. Some kind of animal is going through here on a regular basis. So what we're going to do is I've taken the lining out of my coat, this wire that kept my hood up, and it's going to act as a snare. And we're going to set up a snare here and hopefully catch something nice and tasty. One thing we're really fortunate of is this area is loaded with berries that weren't picked off by the birds on their migration south, and so they left us here. These are just mini crabapple trees. This is a crabapple tree. This is a crabapple, and so take a couple of these, and we'll take them back to camp. That'll be really nice, in addition to hopefully the rabbits that we catch. A little woody. It'll be good. So I've taken the snare off the rabbit, and we'll use that for later. I'll show you about that in just a second. Taking the skin off of a rabbit is actually not that difficult thing to do. You just make an incision around the neck of the rabbit, flip up the collar, and take off the shirt. It's gonna get a little bit juicy. Ordinarily, I love rabbits. My own daughter had a pet rabbit named Snowflake. But this one, sorry, but I've got to eat. Here comes the collar. And off comes the shirt. I'll spare you the details. All right. So that wire that we use to snare the rabbit, we're using to create a little mounting piece for our rotisserie, and we'll set the rabbit on there and skewer it, and should be some good eating. Well, these little rabbits, although they're lean, there's not a lot of meat on them. It's very good eating, and when you're in the bush, stranded, don't have anything to eat, this is a lot of protein, straight energy. This will get me home. That was good. Finding the fruits of Mother Nature, the berries, the nuts, some of the other edibles in the forest are blessings, but some can be blessings in disguise. And this is one of the harsh realities of this trip.
I thought you were shoveling the driveway. You can come in now.
Dinner time.